prison breaks. Oh me, oh my. What can we say about them? They're terrifying yet entertaining in movies, but in real life, let's see, it's terrifying in general. So, these are the top 10 prison breaks of all time. Not in just top 10 prison breaks, no, these are top 10 prison breaks of all time. So, you know, they should be good, but will the list be crap? Who knows? So, let us all get into this reaction video right now.
His fucking head's
Oh no, what's happening?
All of that to get caught in a shed. Welcome back to Sidemen Reacts. Today you have myself, Harry, Ethan,
and Vic.
What just happened? What just happened?
I don't know.
Just made the noise. I don't know what noise.
Wait, what happened?
Woo boy. Today we're watching top 10 craziest
I don't know what just
Christmas
happened,
of all
but okay.
time.
I'm excited.
In editing,
I
I'll
love a good
do a
prison break.
ting-a-ting.
What an elite series.
What a series.
Season 1 Prison Break undefeated.
Everyone here seen Prison Break, right?
No.
It's one series I actually really enjoyed. Yeah, really nice.
Yeah.
Even Harry.
Yeah, mate.
I'm sorry, I
TV guy, that's
did
what
not
you
seen it.
Dude doesn't watch anything. Alright. We'll run the video.
Jay'sTheRiches.com.
Going to prison isn't what most
Hey,
of
that's
us
saying
plan
stock
for,
footage
and
from the
because
heist
of
video.
heights, the first thing we want is freedom. Some prisoners will go to extreme measures to make sure that happens. Here are 10 craziest
Jay, the
Well,
they done the helicopter.
That needs to be our thumbnail. We
Yeah,
need
I
a
think
thumbnail
so.
like this.
Pull-ups.
Up on.
How I escaped prison. I did a pull-up on a helicopter.
Yep.
I respect it, bro.
Jack Shepherd.
Okay.
In 1723,
Fucking heads, bro.
Oh my god, Harry.
Circle as a child.
It's just
Oh
a depiction
my
of his
God.
head. It's not his actual head.
Oh, you sure, bro?
It's a drawing.
Oh, yeah, good point.
Jack Shepherd was originally going to become a carpenter, but he decided to start stealing and becoming a burglar to pay his bills. In just a span of 1 year in 1724, Shepherd was arrested 5 times and managed to escape 4 times.
Jeez.
It is even
Elite.
likely that he invented the trick of tying bed sheets out of the window. He was also very charismatic and started to attract crowds, thus becoming a small-scale celebrity. With each capture, the chains became heavier and the locks were stronger, but they didn't hold Shepherd back.
Jeez.
Eventually, he was captured and hung in
no.
February
Oh, no.
1724, and the crowd that came to watch the hanging prevented his friends from retrieving his body so they could take him to a doctor to be revived. Yes, he even had an escape plan from death.
What?
You look. Could you imagine it? Could you imagine if like that still existed today? Like imagine
Public hanging.
I don't know. Yeah, but like imagine Bazinga tried to steal from the House of Commons or something, and they just had me outside the London Eye. All right,
Yep.
Today Bazinga's getting it.
If you hopped on a flight to some
Certain
country,
places.
Certain countries,
certain
yeah,
places,
yeah,
No.
John Dillinger. John Dillinger was known to the FBI as public enemy #1, who had a
Big
life
look at his eye, he does.
dedicated to crime. He is known as one of the most notorious bank robbers of our time. He and his gang went on a robbery spree in the Midwest.
only 30 grand.
Back then, mate. 30
Okay,
Red
Harry.
Inflation, homie.
Put it in Bitcoin, he'd have fucking billions.
robbing
Dear
banks,
Lord.
and even a few police stations. He was eventually put into prison in January 1934 in the escape-proof Lake County Jail in Crown Point, Indiana. However, on March 3rd, 1934, Dillinger and an inmate used a fake gun carved out of wood and painted with shoe polish and forced his way out of prison. Not to mention, he
Great
stole
that.
the sheriff's new V8 Ford as his
Jeez.
getaway car.
No
Freedom
way.
didn't last for long, though, as
no.
Dillinger
Oh.
was shot dead
Oh.
by the FBI a year
Oh.
later.
He got a year out.
I imagine the driving the V8 was nice, but
They felt like a god. He's just whipping out of prison.
Frank Lee Morris and John and Clarence Anglin. Alcatraz was known as one of the most isolated prisons
Yeah.
in the world.
I've been there.
Have you?
Have you?
Yeah.
You serve time.
Yeah.
served time.
Did
You
one
did.
day. One day back in 2004.
Is it still active? Is there still inmates in there, or is it like a...
No.
No.
So like a museum now.
And it was considered to
That's
be
cool, though.
impossible to escape it, as it was a lonely rock in the middle of the San Francisco
It is a good
Bay.
idea, you know.
However,
Yeah.
on June 11th,
This is a
1962,
good one.
Frank Lee
Yeah.
Morris, John Anglin, and Clarence Anglin devised an ingenious plan to escape from the rock.
They used spoons.
Over the course of a year, the 3 inmates used tools to dig a tunnel in the
Oh my
adjacent walls that
God.
led into an unused service corridor. Then they climbed a ventilation shaft to the roof.
I don't get how you do this unnoticed. Like, surely they come and check and see, mate, there's a hole in your wall. Like,
No, they cover it up with something.
They covered it, yeah.
Then they made a raft out
But
of raincoats
still.
and contact cement from the prison's supply cache. After filling the raft with air, they left Alcatraz around 10 p.m. To make it seem like they were still in their cells, the inmates made fake heads out of hair, soap, and toilet paper
Oh
so the
my
guards would
God.
think they were sleeping.
Oh
It wasn't
my
until
God.
the next morning when the guards realized what happened. Morris and the Anglins were never found
So they
or
might have
heard
died.
from
They
just got
again. The
They
FBI
might
have died in the river,
investigated
though.
for 17
Oh.
Yeah.
years before concluding the 3 men likely drowned.
Oh.
Well, I reckon
yeah,
the FBI just said that because they were fuming. They couldn't
Yeah,
find
yeah,
it.
Yeah, they
yeah.
literally just
they,
like, yeah.
they heisted it. They pulled it off.
Anglin, them man there. If you're
You're about-
watching,
That was the height of
Yeah,
Markiplier and
Oi,
stuff
or
that
if
happened right
any of your
there.
kids are watching, if any of your kids are watching Sidemen nowadays, let us know and then tell us the story. Cheers.
yeah,
Oh
I'm
my
gonna say
God.
that one.
Frank Abagnale. The name probably sounds familiar, as Leonardo DiCaprio played Frank Abagnale in the movie Catch Me If You Can. The real-life Frank was a world-renowned con artist. In 1971, U.S. prisons were being evaluated due to numerous civil rights violations. It just so happened that the U.S. Marshal forgot his prison detention papers when Abagnale arrived in Atlanta, Georgia. The guards thought Abagnale was an undercover inspector, and he played it off. He was given special privileges, better meals, and awesome treatment. Then he got his friend Gene Sebring to doctor business cards to make it look like they were from the
Oh
government. Posing as
no.
Abagnale's fiancée, she slipped him both cards, one for himself and the other for a fake FBI agent whose number went to a payphone in Atlanta that was picked up by Sebring. Abagnale put on a story of how he needed to get in touch with the FBI, offered both cards to the guards, and
hustle, that.
arranged for Sebring to pick him up from the front door of the prison. Meanwhile, the guards were patting themselves on the back, thinking that they weren't fooled by the faux prison inspector.
Mate, this
Wait,
guy's
so-
just got his Adam on strings.
What happened? Someone else messed up and they just played it off.
Nah, he
So I
like...
think he convinced them that like the FBI were coming to.
But he said someone
interrogate
else
him.
like forgot his documents, no?
Yeah,
Yeah.
someone else messed up, so they didn't,
Okay,
I think,
okay.
know his record, and then they thought he was faking it, but then he
Yeah.
got a fake FBI guy to come and collect him.
Right.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
they were like, oh,
Into
we've
the-
got him, we've handed him over to the FBI, he's going to get like sorted out now and he's going to come back with the right
Right.
papers.
Yep.
But it's actually just his mate and he's driven off.
They were twerking for him.
Oh
That's
my
what I think,
God.
I don't know, that's my understanding, but yeah.
So, are we about to see the helicopter? Just like actually...
Yeah,
Yeah, the
yeah,
helicopter
yeah.
escape.
Go on.
Yeah, surely not. But...
Mountjoy Prison helicopter escape.
Oh, jeez.
On October 31st, 1973, 3 members of the Provisional Irish Republican Army, J.B. O'Hagan, Seamus Toomey, and Kevin Mallon, had an escape worthy of a scene from a movie.
It's recent as
Oh,
well.
the bloody
Jeez.
IRA, mate. They know their stuff about escaping from... They're a good heist, they will.
They can definitely do pull-ups.
While serving time at Mountjoy Prison, the IRA was making plans to bust out their 3 members. They
Jeez.
hijacked an Alouette 2 helicopter from a town called Stradbally in Countleash, Ireland. Armed
Jeez.
men from the IRA forced the pilot to fly to the prison and land in the exercise yard. From there, the helicopter flew to Baldoyle Racecourse, where the men got into a car and headed to Dublin.
Oh,
The
jeez.
escape was seen as an embarrassment to the Irish prison system, and a song was even written about it by the
Wait.
Wolf Tones called the Helicopter Song.
What?
Creative name.
Well, wait. I didn't see a pull-up. Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I'm
did.
just saying, at the same time, like, if a helicopter lands in your prison yard and there's 3 guys with AKs in there, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Don't know if you
Yeah.
can really plan for that.
Yeah.
That's a bit of a surprise, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's happening in the yard? Oh,
Oh, dear me.
They've been just...
Oh, loud.
Okay.
Oh, loud.
Have a good day, everyone.
Andrew Roger, Keith Rose, and Matthew Williams. Andrew Roger, Keith Rose, and Matthew Williams made history in 1995
Jeez.
Nonsense, I'm not gonna lie.
Oh my god.
after they pretty much just walked out the Parkhurst prison in the United Kingdom. They worked in the
Sorry.
prison's sheet metal shop and managed to
What?
make all the tools they needed for their escape. They made a 25-foot steel ladder to help them scale the fence, as well as a
What?
skeleton key that could unlock every door in the prison.
What?
How did they manage that? They were able to carve the key out from memory after seeing a
Oh
guard's
my
key.
god.
They
What?
also made a gun.
Hang on, what? How do you remember what a kid? How?
Is that like a photographic
Build
memory
that.
type
But do you know
thing?
what though? If you're locked in jail for the rest of your life, it's gonna make you. It's gonna give you some sort of superpower. Their superpower was.
Do you know what's the other
figuring
thing, though? The other thing is that they could trial and error it. So
Yeah.
That
they
too.
could make it, they could try it. If it doesn't work, they could change a little bit, try it, like...
And if they was trusted enough to just work in the metal shop, then
True.
GG.
But how do they make a 25-foot ladder without getting clocked?
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know about that one.
They unlocked the back door of the gym, cut a hole in the inner gate, and scaled the outer fence. They were caught 4 days later hiding in a shed, and they were trying to plot out a plan to steal an
Oh
Would have to
my
get caught in
god.
a shed.
That's
The
that's
Texas 7.
Oh.
In December 2000, 7 inmates forced their way out of the John B. Connolly unit in Kennedy, Texas, which was a maximum security prison. The men managed to overpower 2 guards and 8 maintenance men, stole their clothes, keys to a truck, and locked them in a utility closet.
Jeez.
Led by 30-year-old George Rivas, the group was able to fool several other guards into giving them their weapons before tying them up
God,
and
Jesus.
escaping in
Yeah.
the truck. The group then went on a crime spree in San
Oh, you
Antonio
idiots.
and Dallas, plus killing an officer
Of course
in
you're gonna get
other
nabbed.
places, and then making their way into Colorado.
Oh, God,
where they
no!
were finally captured.
idiots.
One of the men committed suicide before being recaptured, and the rest were taken back to the prison.
You just got free, you big idiot.
T.J. Lane.
God, that's terrifying. I
In
didn't know he...
2012,
Damn.
T.J. Lane killed 3 of his
This guy escaped from
classmates in a
prison.
school shooting and was sentenced to serve
he
3
didn't.
life sentences
Oh,
at
I've
the
seen this
Allen
guy.
Correctional Institute in Lima, Ohio. In September 9th, 2014, Lane, along with convicted murderer Lindsay Bruce and convicted kidnapper Clifford Opperud, used a homemade ladder to scale the walls to climb on top of the prison building
I don't know.
and then jump 15 feet onto the other side of the prison walls and escape on foot. The 3 were able to build the ladder after breaking into a locked crawl space and finding their materials
Oh,
there.
so it's like you see the ladders like duct tape and things, so you can
Yeah.
like roll
Oh,
it
so you
up.
can roll it
Yeah.
up.
Over, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Lane and
That's-
the other
yeah.
inmates were found within 9 hours of their escape. Choi
Jeez.
Gap Bok. In September 2012, 50-year-old Choi Gap Bok was arrested on suspicion of robbery and then was put into a detention cell at the police station in the city of Daegu.
Looks like a fish. Like a mummified fish.
What the frick, Harry?
Didn't have to do him like that.
Exactly. What the frick?
Gap Bok was a yoga practitioner of 23 years and had stayed in the jail cell for 5 days. Then, he applied skin ointment on the upper part of his body and managed to escape through the food slot while 3 guards were sleeping.
Through the
What?
food slot.
What?
That's why he looks like a fish, mate, because he is.
Gap Bok is only 5'4", and the slot was 5.9 inches tall and 17.7
I mean-
inches wide. He bought himself some time by putting pillows and blankets in
Roll the
his
clip
bed
of
to
Vic
make it look like
squeezing
he's
through that
sleeping.
tiny little
Gap Bok
window.
earned
I just low-key want to just start tickling him.
Hold
To,
on.
like,
3,
3, okay.
No, this isn't fair. I saw you in my
3,
face.
2, 1.
2.
Finish. You'll finish.
Oh my god!
Oh my god. Look at the size of this thing.
I'd like crush my body.
himself the title of the Korean
Yeah.
Houdini who ran to a remote mountain after
Did he go clear?
escaped.
Let's see.
Come on. You ain't
Oh,
clear.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's clear.
You're clear.
Went clear.
Gap Bok through the gap.
David Sweat and Richard Matt. In June 2015, 34-year-old David Sweat and 48-year-old Richard Matt executed a Shawshank Redemption-style escape from the
Oh,
Clinton
no.
Correctional Facility in Dannemora, New York. They cut through the steel wall in the back of their cell, then crawled down a catwalk, broke through a brick wall, cut their way in and out of a steam pipe, and then sliced through the chain and lock on a manhole cover outside the prison.
What?
Then the two had to shimmy down the pipe before cutting themselves out again.
Jesus.
Sweat and Matt were both serving time for murder, and they spent about 3 weeks on the run before reaching a standoff with cops. Matt was
win?
killed and
Oh, no.
Sweat was recaptured.
Well,
Ooh-wee.
Didn't
Jeez.
even break a sweat.
Oh, Toby.
I mean, to be fair, if you're in prison, it's probably a good way to occupy yourself. Do a little planning. Like, what else
I
are you
mean,
gonna
you've
do?
got nothing here.
Got nothing better to do.
Stop doing it.
very true. Yeah.
Not that we condone it.
How much extra time do you get if you escape and they catch you? Because surely
I think
how
they
much...
just
Depends, man. It changes
Yeah.
person
bang
to
you up
person,
forever.
man.
I think
surely,
most
but-
of these people are serving like so long anyway
Yeah.
that it,
Yeah,
doesn't
that
really
they're
matter.
just
Yeah.
yeah.
these like never getting parole.
Well, probably worth it then. I'd say go for it.
We're not condoning this.
Yeah, don't-
I'd say
yeah.
don't be there in the first place,
No.
please. Thank you. All right.
Alright, see you guys in
To
a
the
bit.
next one. Peace.
All right, see you boys. That was actually quite more interesting than I thought it was gonna be. You know, like it's just like like because the first one, it's like he had he might have been the first person to use like the sheets and tie and then throw it like they're actually like that's the thing, like they're like their brains are built so differently, like you know what I mean, like oh man, it's crazy. It like so seriously, I don't know how they would even come up with like this stuff, like, or even like, I mean, it's not like it's like extravagant or anything, but like just like with the little bit that they have to like just like create this to like get out, and it's like whoa. But yeah, Vic, you should know you fit in that tiny little window. I threw up. I hopefully I remember to throw up the clip. Because that was one of the funniest freaking moments of all time. He's like, I just want to start tickling him. He's like, odds on, and then he's like, oh, so JJ's chasing Vic, and Vic gets him like squeezes through that tiny little window, and even him, he's like, I had to like crush my body to get out. So that one guy that went through the boot thing, like whoa, that is just crazy. But yeah, hopefully you guys did enjoy, and I'll see all you beautiful and wonderful people in my next video. All right, bye.